Hello, hello, hello. We are always on time, as per usual. Any thoughts that we aren't on time is all just a hallucination on your part as a viewer.
Too much LSD.
Um, Welcome to Night Vale. I mean, Things from the Flood. And we have our lovely group of players here today. We have Abby, Logan, Sean, and myself, who will be GMing Things from the Flood. If you've watched our previous campaign, Tales from the Loop, Things from the Flood is a decade after that campaign. We're going to be playing totally new characters, so you don't have to know anything about that previous campaign at all. It is in the 90s in Sweden. Scary things are happening, and we have just finished making the best set of high schoolers we've ever come across.
Quality of these high schoolers is so high, and you know why? Because we took an extra hour, just to make sure for our viewers that these were the best, highest
We did
grade,
it for
organically
you.
grown teenagers you could find.
Organically grown.
I only eat organically grown.
Only organic vegan high schoolers here.
They're vegan too.
So if you haven't played or seen or heard of Tales from the Loop or Things from the Flood, it is kind of in an alternate reality. Dystopian, but that will not stop our intrepid teens. And as they go to high school and deal with the everyday trials and tribulations of being a teenager in Sweden, they also are solving some spooky X-Files kind of mysteries as they wander out into the flood, essentially. So I'm going to have Abby start off and introduce her character. Maybe say for like your best skill and
Sure.
run through your age, drive, shames, all those.
Okay. I am Abby. I will be playing Mick. Mick's pronouns are she, they. Mick is age 16. And she's a motorhead, so her iconic item is Rudy, her modified moped, and she loves it more than life itself. My best skills are tinker and calculate. My drive is I'm an adrenaline junkie. My problem is my dad's new boyfriend is violent towards me. My shame is I'm the dumbest in my class, but only because I'm dyslexic. She has short, dirty blonde hair, usually tied back with a bandana. Usually is covered with grease stains and wears cool combat boots most of the time.
Okay, great. I love the combat boots. Okay, Logan, hit us with your Amazeballs character.
Yes, I am playing Birdie. They are 16 years old. They have unlocked the fifth chakra and transcended gender. Um, let's see, their drive. So I am on the path to enlightenment and world peace, and I'm only 16. My problem? My dad is seeing dead people. Is my mom really here?
I love it so much.
My shame is I steal my dad's seemingly endless supply of LSD and I must keep it a secret. My best skills are investigate and empathize. I abhor technology. My anchor is Guru pedal landing softly in the snow. They are my yoga instructor, vegan life coach. Yeah, that's Birdie.
And all around guru. Love it. Okay, Sean, tell us about Lucas.
Alrighty, so my name is Sean, and I will be playing Lucas for this one. He is also 16, just like the other two teens, and he is a jock. I will apologize ahead of time now and warn you that if you play hockey, there will be no true hockey facts coming out of my mouth for the rest of this campaign. But I will be making them up on the spot, and they will be ridiculous as possible. So you've been forewarned. I don't want to hear any negativity about the amazing sports knowledge I'm about to dump on you. But his best
Hockey rules are different in Sweden.
Exactly. They're even more different in things from the flood because we have scary things to contend with. His best skills, though, are force and lead. And let's see, his drive is that I will do anything to find my brother because his problem is that my older brother Michael has disappeared with the rising waters of the flood. And let's see, his shame, though, is that I am terrified of the world around me and how it's changing. So he's just your regular jock who's filled with fear, basically, as well as anxiety. And I think he twitches a lot. Like people think he has like ADD or ADHD, but really it's
It's just
just
debilitating
horrible
anxiety.
anxiety,
Crippling
debilitating
anxiety.
anxiety. Yes, exactly. So yeah, but he's best friends with lovely Birdie and Mick, and we'll see what trouble they can get up to.
I feel like you need to tell everyone who your anchor is because it's real
Oh,
important.
okay, that's fair. So my anchor, he's lost his brother, so that would normally be his anchor, and he doesn't really care for his parents or his coach or anything or any of his classmates. His anchor is actually his cat named Meatball in honor of Swedish meatballs.
Meatball.
Meatball
Um,
is of course exorbitantly obese, and that is what makes them cute.
you guys all became friends. How? Remind me where we landed on the origin story of
Right.
this to
Mick
begin.
and Birdie's moms were friends slash coworkers. So they hung out and brought us along. So that's how we knew each other. And then I think Lucas learned how to skate on a pond in our neighborhood. So in the winter we met Lucas that way. And then we all
Cool.
became BFFs.
Is that like middle school we're thinking and into high school?
I think Birdie and I
Even
knew each other
earlier.
before then. I think
Mhm.
Lucas, yeah, did too, but we've probably gotten closer recently, at least Birdie and the rest of us.
I think you guys didn't like Birdie
Yeah.
when she went by Birgitta, and then like maybe when she was 10, she went away to summer camp and she came back as Birdie, and she was much cooler.
Yeah. I would
It's
say Lucas
jealousy.
probably was learning to skate early, like
Mhm.
as a kid, basically as early as possible. Um, so I think, and we probably knew each other from in passing at least already from elementary school and middle school and
Yeah,
everything.
well, Birdie probably isn't very physical, so maybe Mick also was ice skating on this pond, and she's the glue that ties the three of us
Yeah, I
together.
think Birdie was like a shut-in. She just read books and she was like a big nerd. She didn't leave her house really, and then after summer camp, new person.
Yeah, yeah, and I think Lucas didn't get close to Birdie until high school
Mhm.
when like his anxiety started spiking, and he realized that Birdie like helped calm him down.
Yeah, and his brother is gone now,
Yeah.
so like
Yeah.
even more. Okay, great. So, let's do the same questions for all of you guys, just because that'll be easier. So, everybody take a minute to think about answers to this question. In what way has your problem gone from bad to worse lately?
Oh.
I think either me or Birdie has started to have dreams about my brother, but like of him being twisted by the flood somehow.
Like something terrible has happened
Like
to him.
something is really bad is starting to happen to him.
Yeah, he's still alive, but can that is he
I
the same
refuse
person?
to believe he is dead. That is for
Okay.
sure.
Okay. I like it. Do you want to have those dreams and maybe
Yeah, I
you
think
talk to
that's
Birdie
fine.
about it?
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
maybe I just talk to Birdie because I'm like, these feel so real. Like this has to be whatever that mumbo jumbo you talk about is. Like I don't understand your third
Guru
eye stuff.
pedal floating
I
softly on the
don't
waves
want
knows
to talk
about
to
this.
Guru Pedal.
You can't just talk to Guru. pedal on the pond.
Guru Pedal's conversations are impenetrable to the average person. If your fifth, sixth, and seventh chakra are not open, you have no idea what is going on.
Right.
She speaks in tongues. Okay, I love it, Sean. Anybody else have an idea of how their problem has gotten worse lately? Abby, I'm worried
Yes.
about what you're gonna say to
Mhm.
this.
I think my dad's boyfriend was like, would like we talked about him like becoming a different person, whatever that is, like substance abuse or something else. But I think he was like emotionally violent previously, but then it's gotten for one more frequent, and for two, he like actually hit me once now.
What if he like gave
Okay.
you a black eye and
Yeah,
that was like
yeah,
the
Yeah.
trigger?
Okay. So it has like begun
yes.
essentially. Got it. Okay,
I don't want to
Birdie.
escalate it too much for you in the beginning.
It's okay. Yeah. Leave us some trajectory.
hmm So my dad has been increasingly talking and including my dead mother in our lives. And I came home from school last week and he shared with me that they're planning to renew their wedding vows and he sent out invitations
Oh my
to the
god.
whole town.
I
Oh
And so he's
Wow.
having a wedding in a month or two.
Hmm,
love
that's
that.
amazing. I
That's
had no
amazing.
idea you were gonna go there.
Oh, perfect. That's why these questions are gold. Okay. This is easy. What do your parents do for work? Do they
My
work?
Mm.
mom committed suicide when I was 7 years old after she enrolled herself and me in a secret operative psychic program at the Loop. My dad is a zoologist and local author.
What's his
He studies
specialite?
crabs, so you would have thought with the flood he was going to be like super important, but he's not a very good one. So,
Mm, very little crabs
He's
in
a
this flood.
bad zoologist.
hmm
Okay, anybody else?
See, my mom left when my dad discovered his sexuality. Um, so I think she worked for the Loop, like we discussed, like with Birdie's mom, but I don't know that she's like kept in touch. So
She's alive though, is what
yes,
this
I think
sounds
so.
like. Okay.
I think this was a recent development, them divorcing.
Them divorcing.
Yeah.
Okay,
she's
so
coming to the wedding.
she got an invitation.
And then I think my dad is a florist.
Love it.
Booked for the wedding.
Yep.
Booked for the wedding. This is so great. Okay.
Okay, I'm thinking my parents worked for the Loop and then moved to the new, like got hired by the new company that took over,
Crafta.
Crafta, and like their work-life balance was always bad, but like it's just steadily getting worse and worse and
Mhm.
worse. So it's starting to become almost like he's home alone in some
Got it.
ways.
And you have no idea what they do there. They just have
No,
like
no clue.
mystery jobs.
I mean, Loop has always been mystery. He was more or less raised by his brother. Like he
Do
doesn't
they
care about his
notice
parents
that your
anymore.
brother is gone?
That's a good question. I think they pretend he's gone like on a trip or something. Like they just think he's like out of town. Like he's older, I think somewhat a lot. Like maybe 24, like 22, 24.
Yeah.
So like he's an adult, he can just leave if he wants to. Maybe he'd been living with us for a little while to like help take care of me basically a little bit. And they were just like, "Oh yeah, he's off on a trip. It's
He's
fine."
just sowing his wild oats,
And
out in the wilds of Sweden.
yeah, Lucas can't tell if they're just in denial that he's disappeared or if they honestly have no idea and he's
Or they
like,
know something.
They're
or
in
they
on
know
it.
something. Yeah, or maybe they know something,
Yeah.
but he doesn't think they're that competent.
Perfect. I love all of these answers. It's so great. Okay, how do you like school, friends?
Lucas likes school, more or less. I think he likes things that are predictable, and school is generally predictable. And school also eventually leads to hockey, which means it's fine.
Mick likes
Birdie, yeah.
some subjects, like mostly math, and I'm sure we have like a computer class. That's good too. But she hates reading and writing. Just not because she actually hates it, but because it's very frustrating.
Okay.
Birdie, before she went to summer camp, lived and breathed school, and she was really smart. And when she came back, she doesn't like. It's not her favorite thing anymore. She just is aloof about it, but she's still like top of the class without trying, and I think it bothers a lot of people.
Got it. But she like could do without it. Okay,
Yeah,
what is ever
once she unlocked her 12th
Doesn't feed her
chakra.
soul. Yeah.
Yeah.
so of this plane?
I don't need a teacher when I have a guru vegan life coach.
You're for real. What does everyone's room look like?
Oh,
Because like this is
Tie-dye
the time.
drapery. A bunch of like bronze peace signs and a shit ton of religious things from every religion in the world. But the centerpiece is a large Buddha that sits on my desk.
Are there offerings? Is there incense?
Yeah. Well, it's a
Okay.
fire hazard, so but yeah, probably.
So definitely.
So definitely. What is our games without a fire hazard or two?
Mhm.
Yeah, I think Lucas's is pretty normal. He just like hockey stuff, hockey players, posters, music posters. Pretty boring. I think he keeps it obsessively clean. I think I'm deciding that he's maybe a little OCD
OCD.
as a way to
It's
combat
sounding more
his
and more OCD.
anxiety. Yeah, like he's very into structure, very into controlling things as much as possible, and he can control his room. So it's like exactly how he wants it.
You could think as if there are like any OCD rituals he has to do. That's kind of a
Mhm.
fun character thing you
Yeah.
could chew on. Um,
I have an addendum to my room. There's
yeah.
one item that is very out of place in my room, and it is the probably 2 foot portrait of my mother that my dad hung in my room so that she could be in my life. That's probably a recent addition. I'm not allowed to touch it.
Got it. It's like super glued to your wall.
I think there's one in every room.
You put a drape over it every now and then.
Abby, what's your
yes.
room like?
I think it's also pretty plain. I imagine she has like a desk with a computer, maybe.
Hmm.
Like the biggest, fattest computer monitor ever. A la the
Deep
90s.
and
Yes,
thick.
deep and thick.
90 pixels wide.
Yes. But she programs on it like in her spare time. And then she also has one of those like tool cabinets that every dad has ever. And it's like
Ah,
meticulously organized with all sorts of like bits and bobs.
do you like hanging out more in the garage or your room?
The garage. But like little things make more sense in the room.
Okay, so like you might take something up there and like fiddle with it, like before going to bed,
Yeah.
kind of a deal. Cool, 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 cool. What does everyone dream of at night? We've kind of started touching on this, but
Oh.
let's flesh that out a little bit. Sean.
No, that I mean, we talked about the brother, but I mean, I think his greater dreams are to get out of the town.
Hmm.
So I think maybe he dreams about like escaping in some
Does he
sense.
dream of like? Does he have dreams of like winning the hockey championship? Blah blah blah.
I think he does, but he only sees hockey as a way to get out. So like he doesn't dream of the like joy of winning hockey. He dreams of like having the opportunity to leave due to hockey.
Okay,
And he has weird dreams where he like skates across the ocean or whatever to escape or something. So yeah, I think that's what normally what he dreams about maybe, and recently his brother has taken over.
okay.
Do you mean like actual dream or like your life's goal dream?
Your actual dream. You're like
Okay.
sleeping at night
Do,
dream.
I'm gonna say something and tell me if you want me to come up with something else.
Okay.
I don't think Birdie has ever
Dreams.
had a dream.
I'm okay with that.
And Guru Petals at the monastery says that your dreams are an important part of enlightenment, so it is devastating and frustrating that she can't dream.
Okay. I like this.
Yeah.
It takes
Like
the
you need the
LSD to
opposite
feel
of a
like she's
dream
dreaming.
catcher.
Hmm. My dream catchers all over my room to try and get them, but they don't help.
They don't help. They're keeping them away. Okay. Abby?
Yeah, Mick has adventure dreams where she's like a fighter pilot, like dive bombing
Nice.
places and like
On
riding
her
a roller
moped.
coaster. No. Eventually the goal is to not have the moped anymore.
The goal
To
is
be
faster
onto
than the
moped.
moped.
Oh,
Yeah.
The moped is just what we're working with now.
Mhm.
I feel like
I can't
every
get a driver's license until I'm 18, so Rudy's gonna have to do until then, but
Do you feel like every vehicle you own from now on will be named Rudy? Like no matter
probably.
if it's
Yeah.
like Rudy just evolves like a Pokemon.
Yeah, I feel like
know.
pieces of the old Rudies get like incorporated into the new Rudies, so it's always like the same Rudy, just
Got it.
better.
When you
I
see
love
the
it.
moped light on the fighter jet, you'll know
You'll know.
it's still Rudy
Oh
all the way
shit!
through.
The Caleb's
the
coming.
Rudy of Theseus.
I know, ship of Theseus. Okay. And last but not least, in what ways is in what ways is your everyday life changing? That was they didn't have right good English in there. How is your everyday life changing?
I think we talked about that a little too. So the dreams, and then also his parents are like less and less around.
Yeah.
So it's like there's less supervision for Lucas.
Is
And
there, I
maybe
guess, a wholesome thing, like a
oh
school thing?
yeah, I think also hockey stuff is like picking up for him, and his coach is like, so you could get good scholarship or funding or like whatever
You
to
gotta like
do
commit to it.
hockey wherever you want. Yeah, if you dig in deeper and commit even more, like I can show you off and make sure you go far. Um, so I think he's getting pressure from like those three angles, kind of.
Okay. Just a wholesome kind of school everyday life thing, not a
It's not wholesome. Well,
Abby!
This game isn't wholesome.
I know. I'm trying to give you one wholesome thing to hold on
no,
to.
I have Rudy. That's the only wholesome thing I need.
Rudy is my rock.
I think we're in like junior year, right? Theoretically, if it's the same
If
as
you're
the American
16, yeah. I don't know how
Or
Swedish school
late
systems work.
somewhere in there.
Sophomore,
I think
junior.
we're taking some like English class or Swedish, whatever, writing and reading class. And
Yep.
it's getting significantly harder, but she's trying really hard and somewhat keeping up with it because she has to get a diploma at least so she can get her pilot's license because you can't get a pilot's license if you don't have a diploma.
Okay, so here's my question. Do people know she's dyslexic? And how do you know you're dyslexic? Do you know you're dyslexic?
No one knew dyslexia existed in the 90s.
Yeah,
They
that's how
did
did they?
actually, but yeah,
Yeah,
my
probably
dad's
by the
dyslexic.
90s. I don't know when
My
it was
dad was
first.
dyslexic and knew about it in the
That's
60s. But
cool.
in Sweden, who
Well, no,
knows?
Who
he said
knows?
growing up he didn't. So
He did eventually have a
uh,
teacher who recognized
eventually,
it.
yeah. So I
Yeah,
don't think it
but
was until like the 70s, 80s.
yeah, I don't think it was
So
commonplace, but
maybe
it's
Yeah.
it's
possible.
something that people haven't realized. This is my wholesome thing, and now they're trying to get her help.
Okay, so they're like, oh my gosh, I had no
Yeah.
idea. We should help you. This is totally approachable. Okay, cool.
What is wholesome about
What is
Birdie?
wholesome?
I didn't know your
Guru.
dad had dyslexia. My sister has dyslexia.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Well, apparently in 1877, dyslexia was
Wow.
first talked about.
The more you know.
Look at this. educational channel that we are.
Dyslexia awareness.
I think that Birdie is. I want to say nothing academic because she's always excelled.
What about relationships? We talked
That's what I was
about you
gonna say.
having
Like
a boyfriend.
she's not more popular, but she's now like becoming more like outgoing.
Like, more confident.
Yeah.
Cool. And people would be like, "Hey, Birdie, what are you doing this weekend?" You know, like there's more kind of
Mhm.
like small talk, whereas before you would just kind of be like hair
Mhm.
and face. Don't look at me.
Mhm. Mhm.
Okay, cool. Great. All right, so questions for the group. You guys get to decide who takes charge of the group in a situation.
Probably make her Birdie.
I feel like it
I think
depends on the situation.
Lucas is
Okay.
only a leader on the ice hockey.
Lucas is beta.
He, yeah,
He's omega.
yeah.
Okay.
I feel like Mick likes to take charge for like social things, and Birdie would take charge for like
Mystery things.
yeah.
Birdie, do you feel
Mhm.
like that's resonant?
I feel like Birdie takes charge. She doesn't lead the group. She leads the group's spirits.
She's a less direct leadership force, I think.
Mhm.
Okay. That's fine. I feel like that's a good enough starting point. What keeps you together as a group?
Our
These are
shared trauma.
relationships.
Too big to be cool inside.
Our codependency.
We're the coolest kids in school.
Yeah, I think we've come to the point where we realize that we complement each other well enough. Like we feel more comfortable around each other being open than you do with regular high school friends.
Do you
Mhm.
feel like your trauma or like your exposure to trauma has like made you more aware of like the conspiracy nature of like your surroundings? Do you feel like maybe that also
Yeah.
kind
Yeah.
of keeps you together? Like compared to
Yeah.
everybody else at high school,
Yeah.
I'm kind of imagining it like Buffy, where like nobody
Mhm.
knows that you're on the portal to hell kind of thing. But
Yeah.
you guys know, and that like keeps you together.
I imagine we have lots of late night discussions where we talk about like philosophy and the loop flood and like loop disease or whatever and like the
You like
robots
find this
being
journal written by
Spiritual
Emmy.
enlightenment.
spiritual enlightenment. It's like all of the deep topics.
Okay.
Veganism.
Yeah, and I mean I think we've all, experienced loss
Mhm.
basically at this point. So it's like that helps us to stick together too.
Do you guys know each other's shame? This is not an official question. This is just me being like, do you guys all know each other's shames, or are they all secret?
I don't
I
think Lucas fully understands his shame, but
Okay.
they can definitely tell.
Okay.
Like,
Mhm.
and he knows that he feels better around them, but like he doesn't know how to verbalize kind of his
Okay.
shame.
I think you all know that I steal my dad's drugs, but I don't know that you know that. I think I hide it really well, but you might not
This
like
is
you
great.
might not know it, but you have like
Yeah,
inklings.
yeah, yeah.
We're sure you're using some kind of hard drug
And you're like,
fairly
you have
regularly.
to be getting it from somewhere.
Yeah.
Right. And
Who's
we
the
would
person you
know if it
see?
was someone from school.
Yeah. What
Okay.
about you, Abby? Do you feel like
Yes.
people know?
Well, I think Birdie has helped Mick with like academic stuff a lot.
Mhm.
And then like as teachers are like taking her through this diagnosis process and stuff, she's sharing that too. So
I guess with your problem, do people know about your problem?
my
Since your
problem,
shame is
yeah, they
you
would,
kinda
but not like not Them specifically, but not like the population.
The world
Yes.
wouldn't know. Got it.
I feel
Okay,
like I
and
helped you
finally,
cover up a black eye.
Yeah. Thank you.
what do you guys enjoy doing together? We kind of talked about having late night talks, but is there like there's going to the arcade,
Mm-hmm.
there's late night talks. What games do you play at the arcade?
I don't.
Do you play games?
I don't
at
play games at the arcade.
I'll play skee ball with you, Birdie. That's not technology.
skee
Okay.
ball. I think Lucas likes fighter games.
Mm-hmm.
Oddly enough.
I
Mick would
really like
too.
cheering Lucas on, but I don't understand it or care really like it at all.
You're like punch him in the face with peace.
Yeah,
Like-
I try and like redirect him to become like I'm like, now play this game, but really feel it and like open up your eyes when you play this game. And he's like, how
My
can I
eyes
play
are
with my
open.
eyes closed? I'm like, no, just open them.
Space
Yeah,
Invaders.
And I think Mick and Lucas like to like skate and maybe do like he likes to ride on the moped and
Yeah.
stuff and like
Apparently Vespas
do-
are built to hold 2 people, so we'll do
Yeah.
joyrides on Rudy.
3. We're gonna be pushing it, but we'll make it work. That's
It's
your
modified.
your special modification.
That's why she souped
Yeah.
it up. Or you could have a little sidecar that Birdie can ride in the
Yes,
sidecar.
perfect. We put Birdie in the sidecar because Lucas would be too scared.
I kind of love
Oh,
the
I love it too.
sidecar idea. Okay, wait, are we done? No. We have to decide your friction.
Oh,
Oh,
what is that?
Okay, do you want me to read that out to you guys?
Yeah.
yeah.
Since it's new, they didn't have it in Tales from the Loop.
It is
Okay.
new.
So, teens are friends and stick together to resolve mysteries, but there's always going to be friction within the group, creating conflict, drama, and secrets. Decide together what causes friction in the group at the moment. This can change between sessions or mysteries. All teens in the group will have the same friction, so it's really just thematic.
Okay.
But it affects you differently. One of you may be its focal point while someone else tries to resolve the issue. Choose from the list below or make up a new one. Proceed to work out the details. So some friction themes could be love, sexuality, rivalry, unfair behavior, malice, misunderstanding, theft, cowardice / fear, weakness, crime, or whatever we want it to be. When you create your group, you should start with a relatively mild friction, and as more serious issues risk tearing the group apart, the frictions can escalate.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say my initial thought for a friction would be trying to fix Mick's problem
Mm.
with her dad's boyfriend. And like maybe Mick doesn't want to do anything right now, but we're
The
like
friction is like confrontation.
he hit you, you need to start. Yeah, like something needs to be done.
Yeah.
That's my
And
first
well,
thought.
that's pretty good because it doesn't actually like. It's not friction between us. It's like external friction, which seems like a good starting point.
And it
The
is
friction is,
slight
like, how to
internal
handle it.
friction.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because like maybe we're pushing you to deal with
Mhm.
it more than you want to right this second.
But we're both
It'll-
pushing you in different ways.
That's kind of my question too. It's like, why does Mick put up with that? Because Mick seems like the kind of person who wouldn't. Like, is Mick scared of losing their
I mean, I feel like their
dad?
dad's all they have left.
Yeah.
And you think you're worried maybe the dad.
And it's
You-
like it's like I
over
feel
you?
like they're able to justify it. Like it doesn't happen that often, and it's not like it's
Right.
scars heal and blah blah blah, and like dad's happy, so
And I'm tough.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I just wanted to see, like, I wanted to know what Mick's thoughts were.
I
Does
don't know.
Mick have any siblings besides Mick?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, so Lucas, we got no siblings except for Lucas, who has a sibling that is gone.
Yeah. Who he loves dearly.
Okay. Yeah, how do you guys feel about that as the friction of just like
That seems good.
it's a
I
good
think
place
it's
to
good.
start. We can change it if it doesn't
think-
work out.
It would be funny if Birdie was pushing for violence and Lucas was like, "No, don't. You just need to get out. You need to talk to your dad."
It would
But he's
also
like grab his spirit and rip it out of his body.
With your prayers.
With your prayers. Love and peace, put him in the ground.
Love and peace. Love and peace, please die.
that
I
Cool, cool,
need a
cool.
dad's
that's
boyfriend
so
name.
fun.
What should his name
You
be?
do.
Oh, I have a whole list of
Oh, yes.
Swedish names. Let's find out. Mm, 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 mm. Hans.
Hans
Linus?
is too scary.
Linus.
Linus.
Sorry,
I
Linus.
hate it. You
What a
have to be able
loser.
to say it angrily.
Linus. Markle.
We already have a Mark.
Alexander.
Yeah, Alex is
Goddard.
good.
Alex.
Okay, boyfriend is named Alex. Danger boyfriend.
Danger boyfriend. Okay, perfect.
Cool, cool, cool. I, dare I say it, feel like we have completed the character creation process. Does that feel true to everyone?
Yeah.
Okay, so before we start, I'm just going to read a quick passage from the book to kind of set the tone for those of you who are new to the game, and also just to get everybody in the mindset of this wonderful world of things from the flood. So, you guys are all living in an alternate 90s. The 90s in this game is not quite the decade you remember. 40 years of steady technological advancement has created a world that's quite different from ours. Robots have taken over many areas of society previously handled by humans: heavy industry, warfare, mining, and handling of dangerous chemicals, for example. Enormous Gauss freighters traverse the globe thanks to wonders of the magnetrine effect. If the rumors are to be believed, human ingenuity has already developed technologies that bend and dissolve space time. Much is the way you remember it, however. A Discman with a belt clip lets you spin the Spice Girls' first CD wherever you go. High waist jeans are all the rage, and wearing a short sleeve shirt over a long sleeve shirt is the way to go. Dial up modems squeal in every home, and school library computers are used primarily for online dating. So that,
I don't remember that part from the 90s.
as the person closest to the 90s, I can attest to the truth of everything that was just said.
Were crop tops still in the 90s? Because I almost want
Yes.
Lucas to be in a
Yes.
crop top.
Yes,
Okay,
they
No,
he's
Mick
100%
only
were.
wears
Fanatic.
crop tops unless it's winter.
They may
And then I feel
even
like
have
it's a
been in
crop
their
top
heyday.
over a
Over a long sleeve shirt.
Right, exactly. Yes, this is why. This is why. Yep.
10 songs to get you in the mood are
And
Smells Like Teen Spirit,
Mhm.
Zombie by the Cranberries, Wonder
that's a good
Wall
one.
by Oasis, Wanna Be by the Spice Girls, No Diggity, Blackstreet, Firestarter, Waterfalls, The Sign, Electric, and Wu-Tang Clan Ain't Nothing to F with. There you go. And finally, despite the fact that the loop on Monso is a starting point for many world-altering events in the 90s, the Malaran Islands
Mhm.
remain a sleepy peripheral suburb. Many islanders commute to their jobs in Stockholm, and their homes are made of wood, spread out in small communities separated by farmland and forest. Birch, pine, and oak line the roads. Blue waters of Lake Malaran are always near. The islands are something halfway between countryside and city. Many small farms can be found throughout the islands, as well as a handful of schools, a few malls, and an 18th century mansion or two. Except for those loop employees, most islanders are regular Svensons, white collar middle class. All right. And you guys are all attending Berggarden High School. And your hangout is the arcade, which we decided was run by Johan. And he is a friend of Lucas's brother Michael, who
Yes.
lets them all hang out for his friend Michael's little bro. So to start off our everyday scene, I think you guys should stroll along to your favorite arcade.
We do not stroll.
Scoot.
We saunter.
We scoot.
You scoot. No. Sidecar or no sidecar? That's the question.
Sidecar.
Okay.
Just one, or is there one on each side?
Well, I feel like Lucas probably... There's only one. Lucas probably practices after school a lot of times. So, like, Mick and Birdie will, like, take the Vespa to, like, a coffee shop or something, and then Birdie can help Mick study or write or whatever, like proofread. And then we'll go pick Lucas up and have party at the arcade.
Okay.
Well, sometimes I've ditched you and I go watch him practice.
Do you today? It's going to be like, school's out.
What
You
season
guys-
is it? Do you know?
Summer. We can say
Perfect.
summer. Not
Like your sleeves, are they long?
Peak
Winter.
crop top time.
peak crop top time.
Wait, it's summer? Why are we
Summer,
in school?
we'll say it's like end of school.
School's different in
School's
Sweden.
different. School's different in Europe, man.
It's towards the
is.
end of the year.
Yep.
End of the school year.
I'll go with... That means we probably have an exam coming up, so
Yeah.
I have to go help Mick.
Okay. So, school bell rings. You guys go where?
Hit up Rudy and go to... I mean, what... a coffee shop? Or like a
I don't
Comic
drink
book
that.
store.
I don't drink that
That's
stuff.
a
90s.
tea shop?
Oh, yeah.
There's this great tea shop next to the florist shop where my dad works, so we'll go there.
Oh, that makes sense, because tea's just like flowers that you drink.
Exactly. And I think we have a big paper coming up. So I'm gonna be like, Birdie, I wrote this paper. Can you read through it and mark it up like you have for me before?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I think we get on Rudy, and there's like a little glove compartment in the sidecar, and I open it, and that's where I keep my marijuana and rolling papers, and then like as you're driving, I'm just smoking and joining us.
Rolling case.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Oh wow. They can't catch you if you're on the move.
Mhm.
You just cover it up with the incense aura
I mean,
that
it's
you have.
90, so there's probably like no THC. It might as well just be oregano.
Okay. So you guys go to the tea shop. You roll in. I'm imagining there's like one other person who like goes to this. Like nobody else drinks tea.
What's the name of the tea shop?
What is the name of the tea shop? The Unfurling Leaf.
Oh,
The Unfurling Leaf tea shop, and there's only ever one person there, and it's the same person.
okay.
And so that one customer is always sitting at their sketchy table in the corner.
What are they
and
doing?
It's pretty shadowy over there. It seems like they're drinking tea.
I don't like those.
I don't like this
He's
person
drinking
either.
coffee.
Is there another tea shop?
And you walk in, and Josephine, the owner of the Unfurling Leaf, is like, "Don't worry about Sven. He's meditating."
I also meditate.
Ah, really? I thought I noticed something different about you. That's why you drink tea, isn't it?
I've
What
never
can I get
actually
you
had
guys?
tea. Do you have
You-
anything that like is a little less earthy, maybe more spiritual?
More a spiritual tea? Yeah, of
Yeah.
course. Like, we have some lotus blossom tea. Do you think that would be something that you would like to drink? Here, take a look. I like give a box of lotus leaves, petals to smell.
Mhm.
What do you think?
I don't know. It's Wednesday, so I'm really on something where I only drink yellow things on Wednesdays. Do you have anything like that?
Oh yeah, I've got it. And then she's like, "Take a seat. I'll just bring it over to you." And she like hurries you over to a seat, and you see her like pouring and muttering to herself, like, "God damn kids telling me drinking yellow on Wednesdays." Take some ginger tea, and you see her put like some yellow food coloring in it, and she comes back.
Wow.
And did you order anything, Vic?
Can I get a coffee?
No,
Can
we don't
I?
do that here. Excuse me?
Do you have something like coffee? Coffee's
Oh,
basically
like
just bean
coffee,
tea. Why
but
don't you
better
have
for you?
coffee?
No coffee. I don't. What? Excuse me. What? What's?
What was that word?
You wanted tea? Okay. And she like scurries away.
This is just Sarah's everyday life.
Damn kids wanting coffee in a tea shop. She comes back, takes out the food coloring, dyes it brown. Comes back, puts it down,
Oh my
and
god.
says,
You do have coffee.
"Yeah, turns out. Look at there. All right, kids, don't ask me for anything. I'm gonna go help Sven."
What is this tea shop?
It used to be known as the surly leaf, but unfurling sounded
Wow.
Amazing.
Okay, I'm gonna sip this. This is horrible coffee. But
the
I know
best
you
coffee
like
we've
tea,
ever
so this
had.
is where I like to take you. Please read this essay. I'll slide it across the table.
What is it about?
Oh, it's about like
Crabs.
no, it's not about crabs. I think it's about World War One
It's a history paper.
Fake news.
and
Oh,
feminism.
World War One and feminism. What a worldly topic. Is it bad?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I noticed here when you're talking about World War One, you mentioned Pearl Harbor. Walk me through a little bit about
Oh,
that.
it's not
I don't.
factually accurate. Walk me through that.
I love it.
No, Birdie,
It was a
that's
typo.
yeah, that's I had a couple of drafts, and I didn't know
Oh,
whether
I
to
see
cover
what
World
you're
War II and
saying.
feminism or World War One and feminism.
You're saying that the West's rejection of feminism and their embrace of patriarchy directly led to the toxic culture that resulted in Pearl Harbor. I love what you're saying. We're vibing through the metaverse. Anyway, all of your words are wrong.
What what do you mean they're wrong?
You're mixing them up.
Go fix them.
Oh, okay.
As you're notating this paper, you hear Sven and Josephine in the back, and they're just like, these dreams keep happening. They're getting worse. And Sven is just kind of like starting to shake and like rock back and forth and silently cry as Josephine like tries to get him to drink a soothing brew of tea.
Maybe I'll like write on the paper. I'm like, do you see what this weird lady and this weird man are doing over there? And then I'll like slide it to you across the table.
Nod and point at them. Like get you to go over there.
Sven starts going,
I don't know about
there's a light.
dreams.
I see a red light. It won't go away.
Excuse me, I couldn't help but overhear your loud conversation.
Josephine's like, what do you want? Sven is still yelling and like and shaking. Josephine's like, what it's I don't know what's wrong. There's nothing wrong here.
I mean, it looks like your friend's not doing so good. I could probably help.
Birdie's
you
really good at calming people down.
I'm
Okay.
quite good at, and I know a lot of things about dreams. Not
Josephine's
from
like,
personal
well,
experience, but
Josephine, you'll have to roll a charm to get her on board.
What do? I just roll? Do I need just one success?
You
Is that how
just
you
need
Yeah,
play
one
you
this
just need
success.
game?
one success.
Is that a
Only most
6?
It
things
is
will
a
be one
6.
success.
Good luck. First roll of the game. Oh,
And I can't re-roll?
You can if you take a
unless you push
condition.
You
yourself.
can push yourself for a condition, or you can say how your shame ties into this.
Oh.
But then it's then it's done for the
For the
session.
whole mystery?
For the session.
Not
Or
for
the
the mystery. We're doing it for the session.
Oh.
So it might be worth it.
It might be worth it. No. No.
Okay. Josephine's like, I think it's time you guys left. Like we need to close. Like I need to take care of Sven. And so she like scoots you and like shoves you out onto the street. Like you barely get your papers in time. And she's like, maybe like don't ever come back. And she locks the door.
We weren't planning on it.
This is only the place you go after school all the time.
Well, only because Birdie likes it, and I don't know why she likes it, because Sven's creepy.
I mean, normally he doesn't do what he was doing. He just sits there quietly.
That's true. Normally it's okay.
But that was really weird. She doesn't normally act like that.
No.
Well,
Too
whatever.
late now.
It's too late now, I guess.
So it's probably about time that Lucas is.
We could ask my dad next door if he's, been interacting with Josephine, if she's been acting weird. Or I can ask him later.
We can go now.
Okay, let's
I have a
just.
good feeling about it.
Okay. Pop over next door. It's a
Talk-
beautiful
Oh,
flower
hey,
shop.
honey.
Hey, Dad.
I just got some bougainvillea in, and it is just great.
Isn't
Isn't this gorgeous?
wow. That's really that's great. Beautiful.
What's up, hon?
Birdie has a
You've got,
question
like,
for you.
Coffee on you? How did that
No,
happen?
it's-
Birdie.
Birdie has a question. It's fine.
Okay.
Do you
Good
have
last name.
coffee?
No. Alex is trying to get me to be a little healthier these days. I don't drink coffee anymore, hon.
That's a good idea because coffee's not really good for your body and mind.
Yes, that's exactly what Alex says. See?
And that's
Birdie
what
gets it.
Guru Paddles at the monastery says too.
This guru Petal, she sounds just like a wise woman. What are you trying to what's going on, Birdie? What do you want? Did you not like the lotuses I sent the other week?
Oh no, they were really good incense.
He's like,
You set his lotuses on
He's
fire.
like his floral masterpiece was set on fire.
Josephine next door was acting really weird, Mr. Whatever your last name is.
I don't have one. Yes.
Mr. Mixdad. Josephine was acting
Yeah.
really weird. And Sven was crazy. He was talking about some weird red light in his dream. I'm an expert on dreams, and I've never heard of anything red light related.
Well, I have been hearing
You tell us
shouts from
everything.
them.
For how
Yeah.
long?
I mean, like the last couple of weeks, nothing this bad. Nothing like what just happened. Like you guys were over there when he was yelling?
Yeah, we come here like all the time, but we never heard this before.
No, it's usually like late at night, like
Oh.
when they're closing up. You guys have already gone home.
Why is Sven there at night? You shouldn't drink tea that late. It messes with your balance.
I think that is the least of Sven's problems, to be honest. But yeah, I had heard him muttering, and then about something about a red light, but, I've been getting headaches recently, and it's just it's hard for me to keep track of everything that they do over there. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you besides it seems to be getting worse.
I'll pull out some argan oil and be like, "This is really good for headaches. You should apply it to your temples 3 times a day, and then you won't have
Thanks.
headaches anymore."
As he's just is like, "Ugh, Birdie, you're a lifesaver. I really appreciate it. I hope it helps with the headaches because what was I telling you guys about again?
Ben and his red light?
Oh, yeah, yeah. These headaches just make it really hard for me to concentrate.
Did Alex
But
tell you to stop taking ibuprofen? Because you can take
yes.
ibuprofen. It's gonna be
Yeah,
okay.
you know what, hon? I tried taking ibuprofen and it's really not helping. I thought it
Oh.
was just kind of a phase. I mean, it's only been this week though, so like maybe it'll just blow over. You don't have to worry about anything. And flowers make me the happiest, and this is my happy place. And it'll all just blow over and be good. But yeah.
Birdie has some special flowers that might help your headache if you're ever interested.
Thanks, hon. I'll think about it. If it gets bad, I'll let you know.
Okay.
Better yet, I think Venus is in retrograde starting tonight, so your fortunes are gonna look up, Mr. McStad.
Oh my gosh. That is the best news. Besides the fact that you loved my Lotus arrangement. And he's like, "Well, you guys are gonna miss, you're gonna miss Lucas at the arcade if you want to catch him before curfew."
Curfew.
He also, you have a curfew now.
No.
And he shuffles you out the door.
I feel
And he's like,
constricted.
"Okay, bye."
Okay, bye. See you later.
It's Sweden. Near the summer, it's light all the time. We don't need to go back inside.
You have a curfew now?
Apparently, it's probably something that Alex put into place. Ugh.
Why don't you ditch that guy?
Did who? He's
Like,
not
put
my
him in a ditch.
boyfriend.
I mean, I haven't really offered this because it felt a little bit drastic and, like love and peace and all, but we could do a ritual to give him a lot of bad energy and it might make him leave.
Does that work?
It worked for Mark. I got rid of him like that.
Did it?
Yeah. I don't even think about him anymore.
Wow, that's amazing. Okay, let's go. Vroom vroom.
End scene. Okay, great. So you guys head to the arcade and meet up with your boy.
Yes.
Okay.
So,
I feel like Johann sees you guys and just like lets you in. He's like, "Hey, my dudes. Dudes of the Michaels dudes. Come on in." He'll never can
hey,
remember your
Johan.
names.
Oh, hey, Johan.
Hey, Johan.
Thanks,
And
man.
he hands like ski balls. He's like, my dude, you should really have a free round of skee ball on me. Like, I can see that you've really been through it, and your shirt got all messed up from coffee. Here, free round on me. He hands you the skee ball,
Then I think I'm like,
and
thanks for
wanders
letting us
off.
hang out here. And then I give him his weekly weed that I give him so that we can hang out here for free.
Yeah, and he's like, "Yeah, of course."
Like looking at my overalls, I'm like, I don't know why everybody's commenting on this coffee stain. I have oil stains and grease stains and other coffee stains.
They're used to that. They're not used to the coffee stain.
It's just a new one.
It looks really yellow though.
Oh, it does look, yeah.
The
It's
food
Wednesday, so
coloring
that's
has
good.
separated into the fibers, so it's actually like two different colors now. That's why
Beautiful.
it's particularly visible. Okay. Yeah, so you have a skee ball. It's you, whoever else from school is there, and I'm assuming like greasy snacks and pizza and whatever
Oh yeah.
food stuffs are available under the heat lamps.
Yeah, Lucas is probably really hungry, so he grabs a bunch of food to start real quick.
Yeah.
It's like, you guys want anything to eat? I mean, did you go to a coffee shop?
No, we went
Don't
to the
y'all
unfurling leaf that we always go to.
And the weirdest
I
thing
thought it was the
happened.
surly leaf.
It used to be.
And they've rebranded.
Okay.
It's not any better.
I'm glad y'all go without me.
You should come though. It would be really fun.
I mean, yeah, it'd probably be fun, but I don't know. Tea's not really my thing.
You could like bring your hockey stick and do workouts.
I mean, I could just do that at the gym, but I'm gonna hit up some pizza first because your boy's hungry. Grab some
Yeah.
food.
Yeah, Johan is just like, take as much as you want, my man.
Like when you come back, then we're talking about the dream, and I'll be like, that I know that emu oil's really, or that argan oil's really gonna help your dad's headache, and maybe we should give some to Sven. Maybe it might help his dreams.
You did use argan oil on me once, and it did actually help. So maybe that would be good.
He was just yelling really loud.
Sven was yelling? What happened?
We do not know.
Sven was like,
I mean,
"Oh,
you
my
were
dream's a
right.
red light," and then Josephine was like, "Get the fuck out." We're
Yeah,
like,
she really
"Okay,
did not
lady."
want us there.
Wait, and your dad's having headaches too?
That's,
And
I
he won't
mean,
anymore.
Birdie says he won't anymore, but Alex has him off of coffee, off of ibuprofen. Questionable.
I've told you you need to talk to your dad about Alex.
And I've told her she needs to talk to Alex about going away. No, just kidding.
Birdie, I'm not sure if Alex is gonna just listen
Well, that's why we're gonna do a
to me.
ritual, silly.
Now, Birdie
Did
says
you
she
get
can do
from Guru Repel?
a ritual to give him bad juju. So maybe that's a better starting
That's
point.
why I have your dad's lotuses. We're gonna use them in the ritual. I can't burn them for incense. I'm not dumb.
Okay, well, sure, we'll do a ritual. Just I make sure I'm there. That's all. I
Sven
don't.
like comes up to not Sven. Johan comes
Not a red
Sven,
light
Johan.
or arcade.
Johan comes up and he's like, "Hey, okay, just gonna grab grabbing your empty plates," and he's like, "Oh yeah, crazy. It was crazy about Sven, right? Like just totally out of the blue. He's just been screaming the last 3 weeks, but you know, that's just like not even the craziest thing. I heard Josephine also. She not only had a screaming fit, but she couldn't remember where she was. I had to walk her back to her car the other day.
Johan, how does everybody know about this except for us?
Why are we just now learning about this?
I mean, I don't know. Did you care? It's like adult things, man. We didn't
You're
want to,
barely an adult.
I take exception to that, Johan. He's like
Lucas, Johan
rude.
basically owns this arcade. He's as much an adult.
Only, I know my dad pays for this place, but I run it, okay?
It
I'm
is
the
the
manager.
best skee-ball place in town, Johan.
Okay, well,
And
this is a bad.
he's
I
like,
mean,
but that's not even why I came over here. I just remembered that Mark gave me a note that I'm supposed to give to Mitt. And he looks at you and he's like, "Here's your note." And he looks over and he's like, "Oh yeah, Birdie, like, did you bring the stuff that I asked you for?
I already gave it to you, Johan.
Did
You're
you?
high right now.
Are you?" He's like, "Are you sure?"
Yeah.
He's like, "I don't. Did you give it to me today?"
It's in your pocket. I can see it.
You like pull it out. You have to like pull it out for him, and he's like, "Oh man, wow, strong stuff!" And he like grabs it, and he walks away. And he's like, "Man, that red light is just like really bothering me." And he just like keeps.
Oh my god. Okay, Lucas starts breaking down. You hear his breath just like start ticking up. He's like,
No,
What the hell is
no,
going on?
Lucas, it's okay.
Why is there a red
It's
light?
okay.
Oh my god. Who's screaming? Why is everyone screaming? Y'all can't go back to that leaf place. We're at the tea shop. We have to go right now. And Birdie, you need to stop giving Johan drugs.
I think it's really helping him.
I don't think it's helping anyone. Yeah, he's like, we need to go. We're not safe. Something's wrong.
Okay, where do you guys go if not the arcade?
The tea shop.
Where do you go if not the
We're
tea
going
shop?
to the tea shop. That's what Lucas wants to do.
Mike,
You don't want to, son. You said you needed to.
I said we need to never go to the tea shop again. You're not listening to
But
me.
the tea shop is where we're going to find information, Lucas. You have to think about the benefits.
I don't want information.
We can sneak in, and then Josephine won't even know that we were ever there. It'll be so cool.
Here, just hold this, and I'll like, I don't know, give you something blue. I'm like,
He holds it and he starts like, yeah, like thumbing over it. Do you just have like
A worry
semi-precious
stone.
stones like in your pockets? or
yeah, I think I have like a necklace of them, so I can like take off turquoise and give it to you.
You just give me
He
these
needs a
rocks.
worry stone.
I'm like, yeah, worrying it 100% excessively, rubbing it over with my hand. I mean, I can't get caught sneaking into a place. Okay, coach has been talking about hockey with me. I could go somewhere with it.
It's a business. We're just gonna go there and pretend to buy tea.
They kicked us out. They didn't kick you out. You can go in, no problem.
They closed the shop.
Oh.
She closed the shop. She like turned the open sign off. So I don't think they're there anymore.
Well, that's perfect. We can
That is
snoop
perfect.
around.
Yeah.
Get a feel for the place. You know, see if we see any red lights, turn them off.
Can't you just figure out their energy from afar, Birdie?
That's not how it works, Lucas, and you know that. I have to be in tune with the ley lines, and they're gonna converge at the tea shop.
Okay. You know I don't understand it. Yeah, but it's
Take the
whatever you
turquoise
say.
and let's go.
He shuts up. Just is following.
I feel like you come back and the unfurling leaf's old sign has like fallen and you can see the surly leaf. Its true nature has been revealed.
Like,
a
it's a
friendly
different business.
face
We
out of
didn't
tea
get
leaves.
kicked out of this one.
How are you guys getting in? Are you trying to sneak
Well, I want to
in?
stop like a block away, and then I just want to walk. We can walk to the tea shop surreptitiously, and
Is your dad still there? Is still up next door?
yeah,
Or does he go home by this time? Okay.
yeah.
I don't know how late florist shops are open in Sweden.
Probably.
I
closes
mean,
at, like,
probably
5.
not that late. Yeah, 5 or 6 probably, but he might not be there anymore.
Okay.
Um,
We'll say his car is not in.
okay.
the
Walk
parking
down the
lot.
street, and if there's somebody that walks by us, she'll be like, "So, like that red light's been crazy, right?" And just see if I get any response.
Sure. What are you gonna roll?
Contact?
Yeah, maybe contact. Does that make
Okay.
sense?
Let's see. Ability to know the right person. So you could select of the people walking around. You can kind of identify.
Yeah.
The most gossipy, maybe?
Sure.
Somebody. Okay. Yeah, go for that.
Okay.
Just one success.
Yay!
Sweet. All right. So, like, it's still pretty light out. We're in Sweden. It stays lighter longer. So people are like walking, enjoying the day. And you see, you know, who's the gossipy person in town?
I feel like there's like an older woman named like Margarita or something.
Okay. Is she by herself?
Yeah. I
Okay.
think she goes on walks with her dog.
Okay. Got it. So she's walking her dog and she's just, going slow and,
Miss Margarita and her dog, Lime.
lime, salt,
Tequila.
rocks.
Tequila. A little chihuahua named Tequila.
So cute.
Oh, no, tequila! And she's like, pulling tequila off of Lucas. Bad tequila. And she's like,
Lucas is like hiding behind Birdie of this chihuahua.
she's just
Birdie,
like, Lucas, you've gotten so big. Oh, I remember when you were
hi,
so
Miss
little.
Margarita. Yeah.
Oh, hi, dearie. And she turns over and she's
Yeah.
like, Birdie, you're really shaping up. I was when you were in middle school, I wasn't so sure, but now look at you. And she's like, she turns and looks at Mick and she's like, and you too, Mick. You helped me with my electric scooter the other week, and I was just so thankful.
I
She's
hope
like, what are you
it's
guys up to? She's
hope
like,
it's
tell me
doing good, Miss
everything.
Margarita. I've been having headaches in this red light, so I'm going to go see my dad to see if he knows how to fix that. Have you? Does anybody maybe like the flu is going around or something?
Oh, well, this is all very, you are on the cutting edge of the latest gossip because I heard that Evelyn heard that Pamela heard that Joseph over on the north side of town, or what used to be the north side of town, is now the south side. But anyway, he's been having the worst headaches ever and is just going on about something about a red light. I don't know what it is, but it comes and goes, darling. I don't think you need to be worried about it.
Okay, I'm glad it'll go away. That's helpful. Thank you, Miss Margarita.
Oh yeah, it's something they said something. Now there was something they said. It was very specific. Give me a second. These little gray cells, they're not what they used to be. Hold on, give me a moment here. It's something about, you know,
That they couldn't remember, was it that?
they could No, it was
The ley lines.
Yeah.
it's ley lines. Oh no, I don't think it was
I
ley
take out
lines.
quartz and I just like as she's talking, I like put it to her temple.
Oh, I think you know what it was. This is what it was. It was that. Oh, it was the smell of rust. It was something about the smell of rust being in his nose. And the poor thing was out in the middle of the woods. There was no rust anywhere to be found.
Did he have a bloody nose?
No. Oh no, darling. No.
Okay, thanks, Miss
Anyway, that's all I
Margarita.
got. Tell me if anything exciting happens now.
I think
I'm the
Tequila
first
needs
one
to
to know.
go now.
Yeah, Tequila is like run off and is chasing after the next person down the street. And she just like pats all of you. It's like, okay. And you hear
And
and as she
I
walks away, she goes, oh, that red light's so strong. I don't know if I like it.
I hate it.
We haven't seen any red light yet ourselves.
Nope.
and I investigate the tea shop.
Hold on. Yes. What are you? I guess with investigate, you get questions.
Yes.
So, yes, just tell me how you're investigating from
I'm-
afar.
Oh, I was gonna go up to the building and like take out my
Okay. You're
oracle
gonna snoop.
cards and
Okay.
like essentially have the building do cards with me. But
Cool.
I know
love it.
I know what cards the building wants to select, so I select them for the building.
You're channeling the spirit of the building. I love it.
Mhm.
Okay.
Once you
Yeah.
unlock your 13th chakra, you can do that.
Okay, so you go up. I mean, this looks like a usual kind of like strip mall from the 90s, I'm assuming. There's nothing overtly wrong except for the fact that the surly leaf is now being shown instead of the unfurling leaf.
Perfect.
And
Did
you
I
get
click the right one?
+2 for your iconic item in this, just instead of +1. Yay!
And dice, 1 success.
Yeah.
So good. Okay. How can I get into this building?
Um, there's a spare key under the teapot in the planter.
Okay. So I think I hold up some cards and then I don't know, drop all of them except for one that's a key, and then I open my eyes and I just point at the pot and I'm like, "Oh my god, I knew it. It was
This is
right there the whole
exactly what I
time."
thought. Perfect.
And then what has happened here?
That's a loaded question.
Mm. Okay. What I feel like you can briefly
Mhm.
experience Sven's experience like as a flash that just like shoots through your mind. And you see for a hot second a big old red light, and you hear basically just kind of like groans, and you smell the rusty smell.
I think I
And it
fall to the
nauseates
ground for
you.
this, yeah.
What? Birdie, are you okay? What?
No, it was the
Your cards
red
don't normally do
light.
that.
Now
Oh.
you're seeing the red light.
No, I saw it, but I was Sven when I saw it. It was just this big red light. I've never seen anything like it. And there was groaning and not in a good way.
Ew, Birdie.
And then there was this rusty smell, just like Margarita said. I am really unsettled by it. I can see
Yeah,
why
it was
Sven was.
painful. It was not it was like in addition to unsettling, it was uncomfortable.
Like, in addition to unsettling, it was uncomfortable and a little painful.
Well, maybe we shouldn't be messing with all this stuff. I mean, do we really need to figure? We don't know Sven.
We don't know Sven, but we know Johann, and we know my dad, and we know Ms.
But your
Margarita.
dad just has headaches. That's not the same thing.
I'm pretty sure he said something about the red light, Lucas.
He did forget stuff.
Did forget stuff. And so
People
did
forget stuff all
Johann.
the time.
Johann forgot
Things
stuff.
all the time.
Lucas, you're the oldest, so if it's affecting adults, you're up next.
I'm the oldest. We're all the same age.
Yeah, but
your birthday's
birthday's
first.
first.
Shut up.
I'm just saying.
So you can go into the tea shop
Fine.
if
Oh yeah, we have the
easily.
key. Let's go.
And you still have a note from Mark.
Oh, I forgot.
Oh, you do have a
I was
note.
It's
distracted.
gonna be like
It like falls out of your
He's like-
pocket or something.
yeah,
We'll
he's
say
like, I see a red light, and then he's like gonna forget his sentence and mid-sentence and talk about rest.
Yeah, okay. Birdie, do you want to read this note to me?
No, it's from
I
Mark.
got it.
Oh, it is from Mark. Okay, Lucas, you can read it.
I'll grab it and read out the note.
okay.
What do we
So
got?
the note says, basically that Mark knows he promised to teach Mick to tune up scooters and engines, and that tomorrow, over on the Sangsabata Plains would be a good time
Yes,
to meet.
yes.
Sabata Plains, my favorite.
Oh, and he's like, that'll be the best time because his aunt will be away, so he can
Okay,
teach you.
perf. Sun's
I
about
don't really like
planes.
that you're hanging out with him. I think he's just using you to get back with me.
No, he's not. I'm using him to make Rudy better.
But Rudy's using you to help him get back with me. It's very clear.
Are we still breaking into this building?
We're like currently getting
Because if so, we should do it now. And Lucas, there's like no one on the street for a second.
Lucas, you
Like
just have
Rita's
to
peeking around the
pretend to be
corner.
confident and then nobody will question us. Watch this.
I only pretend at school. You know that.
That's not true. You pretend on the hockey field sometimes too.
Shut up, Birdie.
Like when you pretend to
Margarita
fight
is
people.
on her way back from her walk, and she's
Hurry
just like,
up!
"Hey,
But-
guys! Oh, is that? I see you guys over there."
Open the door, be like, Josephine, we're coming in for tea. Close the door.
Cool, cool, cool. What are y'all doing inside the tea shop? It's, everything's turned off. There's, it just looks like a regular shop
Dark.
that's been closed up. Yeah.
It's spooky.
Haunted tea leaves rustle in the wind.
Yeah, surly haunted tea leaves, no less.
Surely. There's maybe you can tell that Josephine didn't clean anything up. Like Sven knocked some stuff over and she didn't right the table or the spilled tea or anything. She just got out of Dodge. But if you want to try and find anything else, you have to do a roll.
I'll go sit where Sven was and meditate on my experience.
Lucas, how do you feel about being in this shut down
Not
shop?
happy. He's like,
How does he handle, what is he doing?
one hand is constantly rubbing that turquoise stone. The other hand is variously I think he has all of his hockey stuff with him. Still, he's just got a bag of hockey gear and his hockey stick on his back or something. And so he's holding on to or it's just laying on top of his duffel bag or something. It's strapped slightly there. So he's alternately gripping the hockey stick, gripping the strap, holding his own arm while he's sort of rubbing this thing, and he's kind of looks skittishly looking into all the corners, sticking close to either Mick or Birdie while they walk around.
So you're not investigating at all. You're just kind of
I
along
am
for the
not
ride.
actively investigating anything. I am looking for danger.
Okay. Mick, what are you doing?
I am going to investigate the back.
Okie dokie, girl. What you trying to look at for?
I'm gonna try to look for hidden things, if she has notes, like a diary or anything.
I'm gonna guess, yeah, maybe she has an office in the back,
Mhm.
so not necessarily the tea storage, but where her just business papers and stuff
Yeah.
are. And she was so busy it wasn't locked or anything like that. So you can go on in and see her books. Her kind of accounting books and stuff is all there. There's no computer. There's maybe one of those old calculators that when you typed, when you pressed them, it printed out onto a receipt. You can see she has her accounts written in an accounting ledger.
Okay, in the accounting ledger, are there any lines that are duplicates?
No.
Okay.
No. But if you want to try to find something hidden, you'd have to roll investigate.
Sure, I'll roll investigate. That'll go awesome.
It always goes awesome. Rolls are fun.
Okay, I'm gonna push myself for funsies. Nope. But now I'm scared.
So ready to give you a clue too. Okay. You don't see anything. You know, it's all kind of like her accounting books are all kind of like written in her own shorthand that like you can't really understand, and like dyslexia, it's hard
Hard.
to quickly scan this secretly. And you basically don't find anything.
Okay. Did Lucas stay with Birdie or come with Mick to the back?
I think he went with you into the back, and the whole time he's like, Mick, don't go back there. Why are you? What are you doing? We don't. What? This is her study. We could get in so much trouble.
Lucas, we're not gonna get in trouble if we don't get caught. Also, there's nothing here. And this is kind of spooky. And
I told you it's spooky.
Lucas, what if every single adult has this huge red light and what, like, you saw how affected Birdie? That's not good.
Yeah, I guess. Fine. Come on, let's go back to Birdie.
Birdie,
As
how's your
you guys,
meditation going?
so I think once they leave, I'm like, okay, I need like thinking about the red light. I'm like, okay, I got to expand my mind and find it. And then when I see them leaving, I'm like, oh, and then I like go rummaging through my bag to find,
Take
I
some
don't know,
drugs.
take some drugs. So I think they like are coming out as I'm like shoving it back into my bag. Um, and then I like just get up really quick and I'm like, well, that was really some good meditation. What did you guys find back there? And I sort of want to use my shame to comprehend the numbers, but
Mm.
while on
Okay.
drugs.
Okay. Because the drugs are just expanding your brain is
Yeah,
how they're
yeah,
helping
it's
you.
correct.
Okay.
Are
All
they
right. Well,
actually they're real drugs, I'll tell you that.
they're real drugs. You are limitless. Um, yeah, sure. So I guess you can totally do that. They'll maybe Mick will bring you back to the office and like show you the accounting book and be like, this is all of her business, but like I can't read it. So,
Yeah.
you
I
know,
think it's like real awkward because it was clear that I was like shoving something into my bag to hide it from you, and then I like quickly changed the subject to be like, "Oh, what'd you find?" And you're like, "Numbers. They weren't anything." I was like, "No, definitely tell me more about them."
perfect. So, one roll, and you are going to do comprehend. So, you
Yes.
just need one success. Um,
If I check my shame, what happens?
You,
Do I do that
it's
if I fail?
yes.
it's like
Oh, okay.
pride. Yeah.
I'm gonna check my pride or my shame.
Free
Perfect.
success.
So, you see that somebody has been ordering a lot of tea from from the Surly Leaf.
Uh-huh.
And it's for delivery. So it's not tea, it's not like pre-made tea. They're ordering like dried leaves to like maybe sell themselves. And Josephine is just the purveyor of this. And you, as you go through, you don't see the full, there's not like a full name, but you can see that there are initials that she's been using for it. And give me 1 second to figure out. Okay. It's going to be PF. And then next to it, it's gonna say live, dash live, LIV. And you can see that tomorrow there is a delivery scheduled, and an address that is very close to where you're supposed to meet Mark.
Oh, I really don't like the
This
vibe that
song's
this is
about
giving off.
planes.
No, this is super scary.
Who's PF Live?
I don't know.
And why are they buying so much?
A shit load of tea.
It's like the bad tea too.
Is it like pounds of tea?
Yeah.
There's no other
PF
tea shop
Live.
in the town, right?
No one needs this much tea, Lucas.
Not even a tea shop.
Not even a tea shop.
Okay, I that's what I was saying.
No, I hate to say it, but I think you should go hang out with Mark and see what's up.
Wow, I'm so glad that I have your approval to hang out with your ex.
I mean, it's not really my approval. I just think, given the circumstances, that it's probably a good idea.
What about Joseph? Is Joseph close to where Mark and PF Live are?
Who's Joseph?
Joseph on the north side of
That was
town.
Margarita.
Oh.
Miss Margarita told us about Joseph.
Joseph is not.
Not close to that. Okay.
I mean, he relocated. He was on the north side, but that's all been evacuated now.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, we could all go.
Hang out with Mark?
Well, I'd be
Yeah.
hanging out with Lucas, who's hanging out with you, who's hanging out with Mark.
Yeah.
Whatever. Yeah, sure, I guess. Where is Mark in the social strata?
Mark is kind of a loner.
Okay.
Loner rocker. So he doesn't really fit into the social strata. He was kind of, I'm assuming, like what Birdie was before she became popular.
I don't know what I ever saw in him.
Yeah. Sure. I mean, I guess if he's helping us, that's fine. It's probably
time are
better
we
if we're all together.
What time are you supposed to meet him?
Tomorrow.
At 10 p.m.
At 10
Not
10
p.m.
p.m. Oh, is it
Oh,
is it Friday today? Or am I skipping
it-
class?
You can say it's Saturday. Today's Friday.
Today's Friday. Okay.
It's Wednesday. That's why I drank yellow.
You're
You
right.
were already
skipping
so high you
class.
couldn't remember what day of the week it was.
I was so high, I have no idea.
Remember it affecting me?
You guys can pick. Do you guys want to be skipping class to do this, or do you want it to be on a weekend? Up to you.
No.
We could
Lucas
skip
doesn't want to
class.
skip.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it needs to be the weekend.
Okay.
So today's Friday and Birdie's
today's
crazy.
Friday, tomorrow's Saturday. 10 a.m. The Sangha Sabi Plains. Let me
Sun Sabata Plains.
Sabi Plains. Or the US version, Hemingway Park.
Oh, well, that's way easier. Okay. No, that's good because then
seem very equivalent.
We can do the Mark thing, and then you guys can come on Rudy with me, and then we'll already be there so we can look at PF Live.
And then we can do the ritual.
And then we can do yeah, it's perfect.
Well, perfect. And I think Birdie, you know sort of like where Mark hangs out in this area. So, he's like
very predictable.
Yeah, just it's gonna be at the place by the power lines. Like you just
That's the gotta be planes. He loves it there.
Yeah. So you're just kind of like, I've been, I know where that is. So, like it's not a mystery, where to find him. So yeah, that is the end of that scene. You guys can skip right ahead to meeting Mark, or if you had any kind of everyday scenes. I feel like for tonight, I want to finish on us meeting Mark.
Yeah. Okay.
So if you had an everyday scene of like being at home you wanted to do before you meet Mark, this would be a good time. Does anyone have a condition from all of this?
I do.
They want to resolve? You do, Abby?
Yes.
Okay,
I
what do you
do.
wanna do?
Okay, let's see. When we go home,
Mhm.
I assume my dad's there.
Yeah.
Is Alex there?
I don't know, you tell me. Is Alex
He
living
doesn't live
there?
there, but he's there
Okay.
frequently, I would say.
Okay. Yeah, I would assume your dad brought home some beautiful flowers and, it's like humming to himself, like, all just like full of verve, brought the flowers, set a like maybe a nice dinner table, and they're having dinner.
Okay, perfect. I'll get dinner and I will talk to them. I want to see if Alex has been experiencing these headaches too, or if it's just like a dad thing.
Mhm.
Um, and then I want to see if he's used the oil that Birdie's given him, and if not, then I'll help him apply it and see if it helps.
Okay. So I'm assuming they're like in the middle of eating. Your dad's like, "Oh, Mick, you're here. Come get a plate of food and sit down." And, it's like Swedish spaghetti and meatballs.
Mhm.
Your dad's classic.
Yep.
And he's just, he's like, "Tell me about your day." I couldn't really, we didn't really get to catch up on your day when you were at the shop. How was your day?
No, things were just weird. It was good. Birdie helped me with my essay, and then we just kind of talked to people at the arcade.
Oh yeah.
But this whole red light thing is pretty weird. Miss Margarita, her, she said that she has it too.
Alex is like, "What? Like, what? You didn't tell me about this. What? There's a red light? Like, huh?" And then looks at your dad, and your dad's like, "Oh, no, it's not a big deal. I'm already feeling kind of better. I'm sure it's just my hormones. I'll be fine. I gotta balance my chakras."
Definitely the hormones.
And
Concerned.
Alex is like, "You really need to lay off that. You've been stopping the coffee, right? And ibuprofen. We talked about this. It's not good for you." And your dad is just like, "Yeah, yeah, know, just fobbing off Alex. So it seems like Alex doesn't know anything.
Okay.
And your dad, you can see the glisten of argan oil on his temples.
What about you, Dad? How was your day? Sell lots of flowers. Birdie told me that she didn't actually burn your lotuses. She just wanted to be dramatic, but she really liked them.
That girl is so sweet. And I know your mother, she was close to, what's your mom's name, Birdie?
Deborah.
Deborah. Deb. God rest her soul. But,
He's with the big Buddha in the sky, or the big Buddha in the sky.
the big button in the sky. He's like, yeah, I was a little sad that she burned my lotuses, but I'm glad to know that she didn't actually. And yeah, the argan oil, seems like it kind of helped. But what did you want to know? Huh?
Do you want some ibuprofen?
He's like, "Why would I need ibuprofen?"
Shh.
Alex gets up to go freshen up and use the bathroom or whatever. He's doing the dishes. He takes the dishes, and you guys
Wow,
can
what a
talk.
good boyfriend.
He can talk over the sound of his dish making, slightly louder than before.
You said that oil's helping your headache. That's good. Are you feeling
Oh
better?
yeah, yeah. I totally. I feel a little better. My dreams have been weird lately, but
Mm.
that's just old age.
What about what do you like rusty smell? You have a bloody nose feeling?
Oh, no, my nose has been fine.
Okay.
I don't no. Honey, you seem worried about something. What's the matter?
I'm just worried about you, Dad. That's
Oh,
all.
you don't need to worry about me. I have you now, and I have Alex, and it's just gonna be a whole new phase of my life. Everything's coming up roses. And he like
Everything's great.
he pulls out a rose as he's doing it. He's a very punny dad.
Flower puns only.
Flower puns
Okay.
only.
Well, just let me know if it
Well,
gets worse.
yeah. What's getting worse?
Perfect.
He's like, if you need anything, you know I'm always here for you, okay? And he
Mhm.
like tap, tap, and then he walks away to help Alex with the dishes.
Oh God. Did that fix my scared? Maybe not.
And I have a quick 2-minute scene having dinner with my mom and dad.
Yes, let me get in character for both of those people. Can you tell me a little bit more about your dad?
I think my dad is very stoic. Like, my
Okay.
mom was definitely the free-spirited one. He's
Okay.
more, like, stoic, down to earth. He just really likes his job. I got, like, my studiousness when I was younger from him, and so that's
Remind
still
me what his job was?
he's he's a carcinologist.
That's right. Carcinologist. Okay.
And
Mhm.
author.
Does he
And
eat
author.
crab? Do you eat crab? What do you eat when you're at
I'm
home?
a vegan.
Crab isn't vegan.
Yeah, so I don't eat it.
It isn't not vegan. Okay. So your dad comes home, or
Mhm,
you come home to your dad. Which way?
mhm. I probably come home to my dad. I
Okay.
think he works from home.
Okay. So I'm gonna say that probably if he works from home,
He has a
everything's
room filled with crab tanks.
there's that's his crab room.
It's the crab room. Crab
Everything's
Raven there.
contained. I feel like you come home, your dad is at the dinner table talking to your mom, and
Mhm,
he's like, Deborah, how was your day? And he's just sawing through his asparagus
mhm.
and, eating it. And he's like, well, I had a very interesting new discovery about this subspecies of crab. Did you know that they were both terrestrial and aqueous? And he's, chatting on, sees you, Birdie, and he goes, oh, Birdie, come sit down and tell your mom about your day.
Of course. I sit down at the empty table besides my dad, and then there's the plate set for my mom, and I start eating a little bit.
And
Um,
he's like, no, give your mom some. Don't hog all of the asparagus for
oh,
yourself.
I'm
You know that's her
sorry.
favorite.
Yeah, yeah, I put it on the empty plate.
Yeah.
Um,
You
oh, I
really
had a
outdid yourself, Deborah. This is the best
oh, mom
meal
made
I've
this
had.
tonight. Mom, it's really great.
Isn't it though? And your dad turns and looks at you and is like, so Birdie, what discoveries have you made today?
Well, we had a really great time. Anyway, have you been seeing anything about a red light? Do you know what that is? I've been trying to dream, you know how I do, and I've got some advice about this red light, and I was just wondering if you knew anything about that.
Your dad is just like slowly sawing into this asparagus piece by piece, and he goes, pops a pops a piece in his mouth and is slowly chewing it. And he's like, no, I don't know. Deborah, have you heard anything about a red light? No, nothing either. No, it's very strange. I don't know where you're hearing this from. I feel like this is total news to me.
I don't know. Just ignore it then, I guess. That's fine. Sorry for bringing it up. Anyway, I'm gonna go up to my room. I
Don't
have
forget
to
to
just.
polish the crabs before you go up. It's one of your chores.
I polish the crabs, Dad, like I always do, and then I'll like leave and give like a good stare down at the spot where Deb was sitting. See if I see
You
any
hear
change in
him
the asparagus.
you hear him say, "I know, Birdie looks just like you." It brings me back whenever I see them see you guys sitting together. And just, he has like a small dad quaver and then just like back to
I'll polish
small
the
talk.
crabs and then go to my room.
Okay.
Lucas goes home
Lucas?
to an empty house, except for Meatball.
Meatball's there! It's never empty when Meatball's there. Okay.
Yeah, he just goes home, pops something in the microwave, and hangs out with Meatball. I think he's
Okay.
like a very hands-on pet owner. He likes to do like all the dancing with like your pets, like lifting them up by their paws or picking them up. And luckily, Meatball is very pliant.
Okay. So he gets some like tactile soothing through just
Right?
like
Yeah.
holding Meatball, putting Meatball up on the table while you eat your food, and he eats from his little bowl. You guys have like a nice little timey time together. Cool. Anything else you wanted to do? Or just cut to Mark, meeting Mark.
Let's
Let's
zoom
meet
to
Mark.
Mark.
All right, zoom. Pull out that zoomer. You don't have to roll. I won't. I feel like there's no real
I have
crazy.
to move.
Do I want to make you move?
I don't have
Yeah.
to.
I'll do it!
Do it with Rudy. Move with Rudy. I feel like Rudy needs some action.
Rudy, let's go.
You have
Your
0
move
in
is
move?
You
You drive! What are you doing?
I have a +2 in move.
That's amazing. You successfully carry everyone to the
Yeah,
meeting
of course
point.
I do. I always do.
Rudy does the best job.
I think
You have
Lucas has brought like a
0?
little backpack and his hockey stick, and he's gonna play like field hockey while you and Mark talk or something.
It's less about the use of Rudy and more about the development of Rudy.
By the end of this campaign, Rudy's gonna be a +20 unique item. How good
Um,
he is.
Everybody's like shook by Rudy.
Flabbergasted. I think I have more move than you without Rudy.
I
Yeah.
have 4 in
It's those
move,
hockey moves.
and I have 0 in move. So
All right, making moves then, huh? Okay, so you pull up a Birdie. I feel like you probably are directing Mick, like where the meeting location is. You pull up, you can see that the song Sobby
oh yeah,
planes.
the song Sappy Plains.
Dear God. Uh,
There's a
We just
species
want
of crab
planes.
native to these plains.
Wow.
yeah, you see just kind of like they're small, like open areas. There's lots of tall grass. It's the beginning of summer. You're not out of school yet, but it's the beginning of summer. And so, everything's kind of turning golden. It's getting hot. You can see that, eventually the grass will kind of dry up. But for now, it's kind of just beautifully waving in the wind. And you can see that there's big kind of electrical wires running through. It's one of those kind of big alleyways where all the wiring has been put. And you kind of see where Mark has his bike um, not propped up, but you can kind of see the shape of his bike in the distance. And that's where you head for.
Mhm.
So you get off, and you can see Mark is not immediately apparent. You see his bike under, the big oak tree that you used to meet at, and you see no Mark.
What kind does he have, like a real motorcycle?
Think like a dirt bike.
Dirt bike? Okay.
Definitely like pieced together dirt bike.
Not as good as Rudy.
Not as good as Rudy, like Mad Max kind of dirt bike.
Okay. Well, Birdie, looks like you're in luck because Mark's not here.
Good. I was really hoping that was going to be the case.
Should
But
we wait for
his
him?
bike is here. I don't where would he have gone?
Hmm.
You would never leave Rudy.
No, but I mean, Mark.
I mean, he's
It does
attached
not.
to Timothy as you are to Rudy.
No, he's not. Don't lie to yourself.
Timothy. If you look around, you can see, maybe there's a little bit of a trail.
Going towards this other place with PF live, that like in that direction.
Going just through the grass, like somebody walked
Oh,
through
okay.
the grass recently. So not like a full path, but just kind of like the grass has been bent.
We wanna.
Can we off-road Rudy and follow this path?
Yeah, do we
Oh
wanna
yeah, for sure. You
sneak?
could walk
Okay.
through it.
Do we wanna sneak?
Yeah, let's sneaky sneak.
Sneak up on Marky Mark?
Why are we sneaking?
Lucas,
'Cause it's
Lucas
more
has his hockey
exciting.
stick above the grass.
Okay, maybe we don't sneak. Mark is expecting us.
Mark is
Slash me.
expecting you. I mean, there's nothing outrightly sinister about it. It's just,
I mean, we could just
can't find
call
him.
for him, right? Lucas starts yelling,
Oh,
"Mark!
that's a good idea.
Mark!
Mark!
You there?"
No response. No response. Maybe
didn't
some
work.
birds. Some birds take off.
Man, what a loser. I never liked that guy.
Well, we can just follow this and maybe he like found something cool. I don't know.
Yeah. Or maybe he had an episode like Sven.
Then he needs help, so we should definitely go find him.
Fuck, you're right. Okay.
God damn it. All right, so you follow that path.
Yeah.
Did you want to try and sneak or just
No.
you won't have to roll to follow it otherwise. Okay. So you guys walk maybe like 50 feet down this trail. And it leads right up to the kind of electrical pole that leads up to all the generators and things. And as soon as you kind of like get close enough, the grass goes away and you can see on the ground is a body lying prone. And it is decorated with the most beautiful, it's kind of lying in a beautiful corpse pose, if you will, with flowers arranged around it. There are chips of brick over its eyes, and the brick chips have been painted with blue eyes, so it looks like, its eyes are open even though it's closed. There's some feathers and pieces of leather and fur and bone and just kind of like little nature trinkets all around. Yeah, but you can't see much more unless you run up.
I'm gonna
Take a
run up.
gander.
I'm gonna
Okay.
run
Lucas
up.
goes scared. He's like, "What the hell? What? Guys!" And then he runs after you.
Okie dokie. You run up and you see that it is in fact Mark, who has
Perished.
Do we
Is
see
he actually
obvious
dead?
blood?
Yeah.
he's actually dead.
Okay, we can
That is the
confirm
information
death.
we'll give you before any rolls. So you see under those painted eyes that it is indeed Mark in the hunter jacket that you recognize, Birdie. And it's his long platinum blonde hair. And it is
I'd
indeed
recognize that everywhere. Anyway.
him.
And
You can see maybe that there's like a little bit of a burn on the jacket, but other than that, you can't tell what happened.
And I sort of like look around, try and piece together what happened, also open my mind to his spirit and say, I don't really like you, and I know we didn't end on the best of terms, but you could really tell me what happened, and that would be rad. Thank you.
Yeah, you can. What are you rolling for that?
Investigate?
Perfect. Still a 1.
Nice.
2 successes.
Ooh.
So I get to ask, what has happened here?
Mark was electrocuted.
Oh.
Okay.
You can tell that, the burn matches, what an electrocution mark looks like.
What threat can I perceive here?
No outward threats.
And then what does it mean? And by it, I mean like the decoration. Like, what can I tell about how he's decorated?
Yeah. You can see that the decorations look like they were added after he died. You can tell that Mark, based off of like the decomposition, the flowers are still pretty fresh versus, the state of the body. And you can also see that there's like a little bit of a trampled path that leads up to the pole that, you could climb and touch the electrocution. So it, upon first glance, you could conceive that he touched the pole, like climbed up, touched the pole, and electrocuted himself. But that's a little bit too easy of an answer. You can tell that there's just something off.
Do the flowers look professionally made and decorated?
No, they don't.
Okay.
They don't look like professional flowers. They're like wildflowers.
Okay, good. Your dad's not off my list, but he's okay.
Until you see a lotus. No.
Yeah. Wow.
So that is what's happening.
I put a curse on Mark, but I did not expect it to end like this.
Maybe we shouldn't curse Alex.
I think we should. This is more evidence that it will work. And
Do you guys approach the body? Like, how close or far are you from this?
Yeah, I think I've like kicked it.
Okay. If you kick it, an AP calculator falls out.
What?
like of his pocket?
Yeah, of his body.
Just like out of the
Of the
sky.
So she's like, she kicks the body and like out of his jacket pocket falls an AP calculator.
What?
Well, look at that.
I don't really want to touch a dead person's calculator.
Why not? It's not. It's fine.
Okay, I'll look at it.
Here, okay, great. I'll like push the spirits out. There, the calculator's fine.
Wow, thanks so much, Birdie.
And I think Birdie, you know that he like, if Mark was a player, this calculator would have been his iconic item. Like it's always with him. He uses it all the time. It's kind of like his touchstone.
Oh my god, that's Mark's signature engraved with his name, AP Calculator. He always had that
The
thing.
nerd.
What a nerd.
I was quite impressed. That's really what drew me to him at the beginning.
A
Dedication to
calculator?
calculus?
I'll
He's
like
a nerd, remember?
kick the
It can ha- it
calculator
has
too and
12
see if
decimal
it
places.
like looks like anything. Is it just a calculator? I'm scared.
It is just a calculator.
Okay.
I'll say if you kick it, maybe you knock
No,
the
just
cover
like
off.
I mean, not an aggressive kick. Like flip it over with my foot.
It is, for all intents and purposes, a benign calculator.
I'll pick it up and turn it on.
Okay, you turn it on, and the calculator is locked. You need a code to unlock it.
What?
Calculators.
He was really secure about his.
I'm just telling you like it is. That boy locked his calculator.
Okay, no problem. I can hack this calculator. No problem.
Lucas is kneeling down
You have to
in
roll
the fetal
program if you
position,
want to hack.
Program?
cradling his
Okay. I didn't
hockey
know if you
stick,
knew what it was or not.
I do know.
being like, "Oh my god, I think I'm gonna
Ah!
throw up."
It definitely smells a little stanky.
Stanky? Okay, I'm gonna
The body does, not the calculator.
mark upset and reroll that. Am I?
He is
Yes.
dead. You could be upset about that.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, it's horrible!
You're extra upset.
You are extra upset.
Oh my god.
All right. Well, I think unless you guys have something you want to do, I'm going to cut us off there with the dead Mark, the mystery calculator, and the mystery flares. Yes.
I'm going to say
Logan.
it so I don't forget. I'm going to take the eye stones or the eye bricks.
Okay, take the eye stone. They're brick, but stone size.
Mhm.
Okay, Lucas, anything you wanna do besides freak
No.
out? How does Lucas handle? I feel like I need this discovery plus like disappearance of brother. I need to know how those two ideas mesh in your mind.
They're not connected at the moment,
Okay.
which is why he's so hesitant to get involved with everything.
Okay. Great. So there's no kind of instinct to be like, my brother could have died, or no instinct of like, I gotta figure this out. My
No, he
brother.
refuses to conceive of the fact that his brother may be dead.
Okay.
First of all.
Holy
Second of all, he knows his brother disappeared in the north from the flood. Or he thinks that. I don't know exactly what that situation
He
is.
thinks
But
he knows that.
that's what we've implied.
I mean,
I
that's the
think,
great
so
thing
far.
about things from the flood. You think you know things, and then they turn out to be something else. All right. Well, that will be our cutoff for today. 3 kids, 1 body, 2
It's
Ibrick
not
stones.
a Tales from the Loop or Things from the Flood if you don't immediately find a dead body 30 minutes into the mystery. Like, the
Immediately.
mystery is going to start slightly banal and, like, let you in slowly.
No.
No,
We'll meet
they're just
Mark.
a dead
He'll be
body.
alive. He'll be a little weird. We'll get some bad
He'll help
vibes.
us.
We like him.
Right. He'll help us find something weird.
No.
His
No,
body
no.
will be
Immediately
alive.
dead.
No. That's why I was like, let's have relationships with Mark, because he's gonna be dead.
Immediately kill him.
You guys
least
have
he's
to
not-
make
yeah.
new ones every session anyway, so we
Yeah.
can change them up. But
At least he's not being dismembered in the school chemistry lab.
It's true.
yet,
Oh, I'm
that
sure
you know of.
something of that level will happen at some point. Just you wait and see.
Well, folks, stay tuned for the next episode of Things from the Flood, in which I traumatize high schoolers with terrible,
Whee!
unspeakable things.
Love
and
it.
maybe the power of Guru Lotus, who floats upon the waters.
Group
Petals.
pedal.
Guru Petal, Lotus
Pet-
Petal, who floats upon the waters. I got it right.
Petals of the mystic lotus floating on the water.
His name is going to be the death of us all. I've created a monster. But next week we're running Burning Wheel.
Whee!
Logan, who's in charge of Burning Wheel? What's that about?
It's me. I'm in charge of it. And I get to make them feel bad about the choices they make.
Our RPG is amazing. We play to feel bad.
We play to fail.
Where quite the
struggle.
opposite has happened at last. Instead of finding a dead body, Sean found a body that was alive.
It's true.
It's okay. Connor got critically wounded by a moose, so that's we're
Moose
still
stomped. So
Oh,
we're
God, yeah.
still
I am happy
recovering
about
from that.
the difference in moosification between the two systems.
Oh my god.
Oh, so it's always a fun time.
Always.
Yeah, so tune in next week. We'll have knife fighting toddlers, moose wounds, and dead and alive doctors at the same time. So,
Mhm.
what more could you ask for?
Yeah,
Not
it's
much.
basically Tales from the Loop.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll see you soon.
Bye.
Bye.